Hi, Andrew Carestis here with Audiobro. We're very excited to introduce to you one of our newest features called Stage in Color. In this introductory video, I'll be playing some simple string examples through our Stage in Color engine in real time so you can hear how it affects the sound of LA scoring strings. I'll load different Stage in Color presets letting you hear the different sonic profiles as well as bypassing certain features so you can A/B the color or stage or reverb settings. Before I go on, I just want to point out something very important. All of the musical examples you'll be hearing in this video will be without any added EQ or any external reverbs, effects, or processing. So all the musical examples you'll be hearing will be done in the box, in real time, with the use of the A.R.C and the Stage in Color engine. In fact, we'll be including these same multis in LASS, so you can get exactly the same sound that you're getting in this video without any additional processing. First, I'll play some examples of presets like Private Ryan, Perdition, Shaw's Redemption, Barb's Adagio, Fellowship Ring, and a solo instrument profile. Then later on in the video, I'll touch on some Stage in Color controls, but please refer to our other more advanced Stage in Color videos for more detailed explanations. Okay, so let's start. What I've done here is I've loaded up some patches and set them up in the setup page so that the Stage in Color page knows exactly what I have loaded into what patches to load these sonic profile presets. I assigned the violas an octave lower in the auto arranger so I can plunk away on chords and have it play Divisi violas along with the Divisi violins. I'm going to start with this preset right here called Private Ryan. This preset is inspired by the wonderful sounding score Saving Private Ryan, composed by John Williams. This preset is designed for Sordino patches, either the stock full LASS Sordinos or the LASS Legato Sordino library. And in this example, I've loaded up the LASS LS patches. From this drop-down menu right here, you'll see the word sword, select sword. This tells the A.R.C to select all the MIDI channels where I have loaded up Sordino patches. And the A.R.C does it automatically. So now you see these MIDI channels are lit. So when I now transmit, when I hit transmit on this right here, all those patches will be populated with the Private Ryan preset. Okay, so I'm just going to turn off the stage button right here so we can hear the color and reverb. Most patches might come, most presets might come with the stage on by default, but you can turn it off just like this. And so here we go. The Private Ryan preset using auto arranger with violins and violas, Sordinos. Okay, so there you go. You'll have noticed there's reverb on there, and we've worked very hard to create some very special reverbs. These reverbs are not part of the stage or the color, and you have separate control of them. And these were all created in-house by Audiobro, and they're inspired by the actual scores and recordings that inspire these presets. Okay, so now let's listen to this preset with and without the color profile loaded. To demonstrate this, I'm going to play a chord, and then I'm going to hold that chord, and I'm going to click the color on and off and on and off. You'll notice there'll be clicks and pops in between when I'm pressing this button. That's normal. That's what happens when you disengage and you engage the convolution while sound is passing through it. It's not ideal, but we think it's probably the most accurate way to represent the A-being of our color technology inside of Contact. Okay, so I'm going to play a chord like this. Off. On. Off. On. So you get the idea. So there's quite a pronounced change in the timbre and the tone of the instruments going through our color algorithms. And then, of course, we can add the stage like this. So if we put the stage in, so you'll probably notice a change in the panning and in the tone. So why is that? Well, The stage algorithm is a very complex algorithm that compensates the sound for the placement on the stage. So the further back you move it on the stage, the more the air absorbs the high frequencies, and also the more the stereo imaging is changed. So when we employ the stage, we're trying to get close to the actual placements of the instruments in the actual recordings that inspired our presets. But you can turn the stage off and just have the regular LASS panning, but still get the tonal information that we have in our color algorithm. And you can add as much or as little color as you want by turning these knobs here, the dry and the color. So you can have the dry, all dry, or here it's at 0, but you can have the color and dry up. And you can also have the reverb set any way you want. This is very important to have independent control of the reverb, the stage, the panning, the color. And also there's this effects that we use in some cases to maybe provide a slap back stage echo or something that we might hearken to some of the older recordings and whatnot. Okay, so let's move along. We'll stay with the Sordinos. We'll just load in the Perdition preset. And this has a much longer reverb. It's a more open, reverbed out sound, but with using Sordinos. And as you see, I'm just going to hit transmit, and they all load. And let's give it a shot. Okay, you'll notice the nice reverb if I just let it play a little once more. Now, it's a different color, of course, than the Private Ryan, but also different reverb because it's a different, we're emulating a different score sound here. Okay, and now let's go to, I'm going to close this multi and have another one already set up with regular non-Sordino, our new non-Sordino non-vibrato to vibrato patches. And we'll just go in here to the Shaw's Redemption preset and load that up. Hit transmit. And there you go. Here I've added some cellos in on this preset, so there's a little bit more range. And all right, here we go. Notice this room is it's a tighter reverb sound. Now I'm going to turn the stage on and off along with the color on and off so you can A/B the dry sound. And there you go. So you get the idea. Also, let's turn the reverb off. Turn it back on. So you have this kind of control on every preset. Okay, so moving along, let's load Barb's Adagio. And of course, this is inspired by the famous composition Barbara's Adagio. And this one's inspired by the 1971 Lincoln Center recording. Wonderful recording. And I'm going to hit transmit. Let's go. Notice a slightly different sound and the different reverb setting on this. And just to be egalitarian, I'm going to turn on and off the stage in color so you can A/B it with the dry sound. All right, now let's go to something that has just a big reverb sound. Let's go to the fellowship ring preset. So all I do is go to this preset right here, click fellowship, and hit transmit. So it sends it to all the patches. And here we go. Let's play a little something. Notice the prolonged reverb in this one. This is a fairly long reverb, but we've taken extra care to really have these long reverbs not interfere with your phrasing. So they don't sound whooshy or swishy. They're very deep, lush, yet they let your instrument speak. And this is very important for us. And to contrast that, let's load in some cello spiccatos and violin spiccatos, and we'll play our Cape Far preset that has a very short, subtle reverb and a nice warm setting. And so we'll just go to the Cape Far setting here, hit transmit. You'll see it loads to all the MIDI channels. And I'm going to turn off the stage just to start off with. And here we go. I was playing an ART pattern, the auto rhythm tool pattern, with that, and I'm going to play another pattern and click on and off with the color and stage so you can get an idea of the bypass sounds. Okay, let's play one more example. This will be a solo instrument, a solo violin, and we'll stay on the solo violin after I play the example. I'll give you a quick example of how to change the settings of the stage and how they work and what the left and right perspective and the back and forth proximity stuff does. So right here, we're going to load this HH preset right here. Notice there's just one MIDI channel selected, and I'm just going to hit transmit, and we're good to go. Okay, now I'm going to play a note and bypass the stage and the color. Remember, all that clicking is from the disengaging of the convolution engine in Contact. That's not something you should really do while playing a performance, but it's, again, we find it's a good way to A/B the sound. Now, what do these controls here do? These little arrows here and here, they basically let you pan your instrument, not in the traditional panner sort of way. It lets you pan it like on a stage. How does that differ? When you pan on, let's say, a mixing console, you are attenuating the left speaker or the right speaker, left channel, right channel. On this scoring stage, what you're doing is you're basically telling the person to move on the stage to the right or to the left or to the front or to the back. That's completely different than a panning knob. If somebody's playing on the right side of the stage, that person doesn't all of a sudden become inaudible on your left side. They just change their perspective to the right side. Same thing with the left. So if I move this guy to the left, then it sounds left-centric, but not completely panned to the left. It's important to understand that this is not the traditional panning knob. This is to replicate an actual surround sound kind of stage panning. Now, this depth slider right here lets you choose how proximate or distant you want this sound source to be. When it's proximate, you get all the frequencies that were in the recording. The more you bring it back, the more they become attenuated. So by putting them, for example, in the back left-hand corner, they will sound like they're on the left side, pretty far back. And the high-end frequencies will be attenuated because of the air absorption, just like in nature. So this principle applies to all instruments. And here you also have a little stereo widening or narrowing, which all these things will be described in greater detail in the more advanced stage and color videos. But I think this should give you a good idea of what stage and color is all about for now. We really enjoy playing with it. It's a lot of fun. It's very inspiring. And it really takes the guesswork about how to get a certain type of sound out of LA scoring strings. And we hope you find it very valuable. And thanks for listening. Take care.